So actually starts off with the Phantom Stranger obliterating more and more of the in-betweeners, and he is also making his way to the castle along with Deadman and Extragan the Demon. And yeah, they're all making their way there. And well, Constantine and Zatanna and also the Queen of Fable and well, Swamp Thing, they're all already in the castle. And well, we see Constantine confront Neuron, be like, well, you control this place, you control Black Orphan or Orion. No, I'm pronouncing it wrong. No, it's not Black Orphan. Okay, just so you know, it's not racist. But yeah, but Black Orion, I can't pronounce her actual name. I know it's Black Orcon or something. I'm just gonna call her Black Orphan because that's what I've been calling her the entire series. But yeah. So you've been controlling her and also the entire world here, and then everyone says yeah, and then well obviously they ask like, why have you been keeping Deadman here, or well I forgot whatever his name is, Deadman or his whatever his real name is. But yeah, I constantly ask like why you been keeping Deadman here, and then Neuron says that he's not been here, like he's dead, and well Constantine's like so we came all here wait here for nothing, and well Neuron says well I'm sorry I can't like he isn't here, but then out of nowhere Black Orphan said yes he is, and just completely breaks her silence and saying that they have to go stop like Neuron is evil, they have to stop him, also they have to save Deadman, and Neuron he is not like that, so he just makes her disappear and turn to ash. And then we see Neuron explain how he want to do this the easy way, but because Black Orphan ruined it, he's going to have to do this the hard way. And then we see him just make everyone disappear, like Swamp Thing, Ash, Zatanna, Ash, and Queen of Fables, Ash. And Constantine doesn't really care about Queen of Fables, but Zatanna, that makes him angry. And he tries to attack Neuron, but it does not work, okay? Absolutely failed. And then he's about to turn Constantine into Ash just by snapping his fingers. But we see the Phantom Stranger come out of nowhere and save Constantine. Then we see Black Orphan rebuild herself, and while Deadman is like, wait, whoa, and then she turns out the people who were made to ash, okay, killed. She brings them back to life normally, and then Deadman realizes that well, of course, like Neuron was lying, like they're not dead, and yeah, he hugs them, or at least tries to, but then goes through them, and it's like, oh, this has a lot to explain. But then they all have to fight Neuron, and now Black Orphan's on their team because she like for first time, like when something like hit her with the brick or whatever you want to call it, the tree, she felt something for the first time, and that just gave her a lot of, for some reason, buried memories of Neuron just kidnapping and killing everyone who used to be here. And Deadman, he would die too. And Deadman, he already feeling a whole bunch of effects. His stomach starts hurting. He starts going on the ground, kind of be into the Spider-Verse effect, like where like they're glitching out reality. But yeah, so now the entire group like has to fight Neuron, and the Phantom Stranger, he's healing Deadman, but then out of nowhere, Neuron comes for him, and the rest of Justice Dark are fighting like the in-betweeners, as I call them. Again, like I keep calling them in-betweeners. But yeah, they fight them while Deadman and also Phantom Stranger fights Neuron. And Neuron takes out Deadman easily, but the Phantom Stranger has a little bit of trouble with. And well, Neuron, he reads Phantom Stranger. Phantom Stranger gives him a just completely BS backstory about him being a time traveler. But then Neuron, he sees right through, like he's not being affected by it. And then he just rips out, not really rips out, he just goes through the Phantom Stranger, like puts his head right through his chest, and we see that the Phantom Stranger, like we see a whole bunch of different outcomes. We just see doors, and while Neuron, he figures out what the Phantom Stranger is, and then we see him come back to reality. Okay, like we see him come back to reality while he's fighting the Phantom Stranger, and then he says what the Phantom Stranger is. Oh, he starts punching the Phantom Stranger, then he rips his hood off and his mask off, and the Phantom Stranger just glowing blue. And then Neuron drops the bombshell that Phantom Stranger is not a real person or any of it. He's a multiversal construct made by the fourth dimension mixes Pitalik. And yeah, then we see that the Phantom Stranger, he is just completely glowing bright because, well, he's not actually a real person who, like, he's just taking disguise of a mask and a trench coat, and he's actually a multiversal construct, and all the even though, yes, like, he is a multiversal construct, all the realities that he said, everything he said was not a lie. Everything he said was true, except it was in a multiverse, okay? And then, well, we see the Phantom Stranger basically powerless, because everyone knows who he is now, because that was mostly his power, like being a stranger. And less people know, the more powerful he is. But then in Justly Dark, they found a way to like sort of fix the Phantom Stranger, put his coat back on, but he's still pretty powerless because, well, of course, the whole Justly Dark, they know who he is now. So yeah, they're basically powerless against Neuron, and especially the Phantom Stranger. Like, he can basically do nothing because he's just there now. But yeah. And then the time comes to a plan, and that plan is to wipe everyone's memories, okay? Wipe Constantine's, wipe everyone's memories, and get that persona back up. And they do that, and then Phantom Stranger, he goes back to who he was. And before Nora can even say what he was again, like, well, obviously, like, okay, what we mean by Zatanna wiping their memories is that, well, they just forget the Neuron part, like, I mean, the Phantom Stranger part about what he is. And yeah, but as I was saying, the Phantom Stranger, he goes and attacks Neuron before he can say it again. And, well, of course, he just lays the beat down to Neuron, because, well, what can he really do? And, well, Black Orphan, she joins in, and everyone basically joins in. And, well, Neuron, he just using the whole reality to, of course, control like everyone here, including Black Orphan, but does not work anymore. And, well, then Neuron says his plans about, taking over the world, because, well, at this point, he's basically winning. He's cocky now. And, yeah, he stabbed Tetragon in the leg. Swamp Thing, he just completely just slaps, and boom, just mostly gone. But because he's a swamp, he can put himself back together. But basically, the finale is all of them fighting. It looks like all hope is lost before Constantine does a spell underneath the floor, making Neuron just a fire come out. And Neuron's like, well, what is this? Come on, do better. What is this? And then Zatanna like does a spell, like a sort of hexagon around him. And then, well, that does something. There's wires, just bars come out everywhere, stabbing him. And then we see a Swamp Thing do something by, tying him up, sort of, and making sure the Swamp just stabbing him. Yeah, and then we see Dead Man. He goes inside a Neuron and is mind controlling him, controlling his body, so he can't really do anything. And also we see, basically that's it. We see Etrigan just stab the Neuron in the heart, making him very, very weak, but he's still alive and still has a lot of power. But then the Phantom Stranger, he started blasting Neuron, and well, that hurts a lot for Neuron, but he'll survive. But the finishing blow was Black Orphan coming out of nowhere and just using the whole reality around her to destroy Neuron. And Neuron's like, well, this didn't go to plan. And yeah, the whole reality around Neuron is just destroyed and put inside him just to explode out again. And yeah, every single soul that Neuron was trapped in there and turned into in-betweener, so it was freed, and they go to the afterlife. Some of them go down, meaning they go to hell, and some of them go up, meaning they go to heaven. But our main heroes go back to their home. And that'll be the end of this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Join me next time for the ending of this movie. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed, and peace out.